Duel Review is brought to you by NexusDigitalComics.com.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another Duel Review. I'm very sorry to report that Nick has been attacked by vengeful spirits, possessed prisoners, and been eaten by zombies. Well, actually they're still eating him, and I'd like to help, but I can't decide. Should I be a judge, a martyr, an avenger, or a defender? Oh well. They're almost done, and the show must go on, so I'm RJ, and that twitching massive corpse over there is Nick. Oh, well, used to be. Let's get to it.
Welcome to another episode of Duel Review. Today is Friday the 22nd, and we are doing Hunter the Reckoning for Xbox.
Yes, we are. Yes, it's a game that I loved in 2000, 2001. I can't remember when it was first out. Anyway, it's a high voltage game, High Voltage Studios, and it's based on the White Wolf World of Darkness, and it's kind of a Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. And I wasn't aware of that when I played it, but you can definitely see shades of it, because right away you're thrust into picking either a martyr type, a defender type, and there's two others. I can't remember exactly what they are. But anyway,
The Avenger, and then the, what was the priest?
Martyr, Protector, Avenger, and Defender. Okay, and you kind of get a sense that maybe there was a little bit more that they wanted to put in the game, but for whatever reason they had to cut it short.
Right.
Basically, you choose one of those four characters. There's a priest. There's a little Asian girl with crazy hair.
Just for kicks.
Is the martyr, and she's kind of
fast,
dual
pistol wielding.
Yeah, she stays at a distance. She's ranged, more or less. And then there's retired cop who is the Protector,
the Avenger,
and then a biker guy who is, I think he's the Avenger.
Oh right, the biker guy's the Avenger, and then the
the cop is the Defender.
The chick
with the samurai sword, the katana. Yeah. So anyway, it's one of those games that, like I said, I remember really fondly, and it was for the Xbox, and it quite honestly, doesn't hold up quite as well as I had hoped it had.
We were playing it before. Right,
we played it before this. He hadn't really known anything about it.
He dusted off his old console.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's one of those titles that did not make it onto the
Xbox 360. Yeah.
So I had to pull out my old Xbox, and we hooked up the big giant controllers and the whoop whoop whoop, whatever, huge emblem in the middle.
Yeah, that's fun.
We could do a whole show just on how badly that was designed. But anyway, it is a precursor to a lot of the games that you play. It's four people can be on the screen at the same time. It's hordes of zombies that you have to put down, and some other strange creatures. It's basically a world that has gone, mad, and things are possessed, and you have to run around and defeat as many as you can. And the goal is to basically exorcise this demon, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, that's exercise, not exercise.
Exercise. Well, you do a lot of thumb exercising. But anyway, in order to get this town back to normal, because he's like possessed a prison and all the inmates and yada, yada, yada.
Right.
There's catacombs and whatever. And they really tried to do a lot with this game. And back in the day, it was really impressive to me. I had a lot of fun. I mean, the graphics aren't the greatest.
Right.
The audio slips all the time. Like in the cutscenes,
right.
The audio, like people be
cuts
talking,
out.
and like 5 seconds later, the audio comes in. But it was really impressive in the day, and it was so much fun to be on the screen at the same time. You had to work together.
Right.
You had to be like, come on, over here, over here.
Right, because the collective group controls the camera movement.
Right, because someone would be over here, and then you would have to, you're trying to get a gun or something, or you have hordes of enemies, and you can't get that far until that other person follows you, so
right.
The camera can move. So there is that interesting dynamic, and it really works when they're right next to you. I don't even know, I don't think you can play online, but
This was before those days.
Right.
And
But yeah, it brings a whole bunch of camaraderie in there when you're yelling at your friend. Yeah, you gotta come down. You gotta move up.
You idiot! Why are you going in there right now? Don't do that. You'll trigger all the whatever.
All the bad stuff.
And each of them has their superpowers, their special powers. One can heal. One has a cone of death. One has super speed, and then one of them has a fiery axe. Extra strength.
Augmented axe.
So when there's only two of you, you have to really pick your characters carefully.
Right.
Always do the one that heals, the protector, the black cop.
Defender.
She's the one, defender. She's the one. Yes, defender. She's the one to pick for sure. Anyway, there's some interesting little boss fights. There's a teddy bear that is possessed and grows mammoth, and you have to fight a spewing
gloomy bear.
Yes, stuffing spewing bear, and
stuffing spewing.
Yeah. Again, it's just a precursor to games. I just started playing Dead Nation, and like I mentioned while we were playing, it feels like a successor to that in some respects.
Right.
Because the mechanic is similar. I think you can do 2 people in Dead Nation, but I've only done 1.
Right.
But it's just slews of zombies at you. It's the same kind of, from a top vantage point.
Right, much like the Gauntlet games or the Dungeons & Dragons.
And the new, what's the demon one that's coming out? From BioWare, right? What's that one that everybody likes?
Mm-hmm.
StarCraft, but it's Diablo. The new Diablo is supposed to be like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, okay, yeah, Diablo. No, but yeah, Diablo is a huge following.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that actually. Right. I haven't really played the other games, but anyway. So Hunt of the Reckoning, I think that more than a recommend you play, just understand that it was pivotal in in creating that type of game.
We're not recommending you play it. We're saying just know about it.
I still think it's fun. We played.
I did like it. I liked playing. I liked sitting there with you and sitting there playing because then we had that interaction, and so few games have that interaction.
It's almost like a substitute for a party game. Like instead of like playing games against each other, you're just kind of on the offensive together, and you have to kind of work together. But like you say, like we've said before, we're really just yelling at each other, like get over here. But it does hold up just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
So if you're really interested in this
I
kind
enjoyed
of game,
playing it for the little bit of that I played it.
Yeah, and he played the beginning, which is the zombies are much more sparse than the end. At the end, you get closer, cramped quarters, and you get waves of zombies and rats and all sorts of things, ghosts and whatnot. And it can get a little faster, but it seemed so much faster when I was first playing it.
Well, that's because,
it was like, oh, there's another zombie coming. Now it's like, really? Only 4? What's going on?
No, I feel the same way about like Left 4 Dead. It's like when I'm first playing it, you're like all hectic, and then now it's like.
It's funny you bring that up because I actually avoided playing Left 4 Dead for a little while just because I was like, it just seems like it's too manic. Because I didn't really enjoy the other zombie game, the one where you're in a mall.
Oh, Dead Rising.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy that because you never had a real time to sit back and figure out what you're going to do, or I don't know, it was just kind of, there's something, I got to do that, and what's going on, I got to get something else. So, I don't know.
Well, that's what I like the most about it, you got to stay in the moment.
I like that perfect balance. I don't like I do like Final Fantasy, but a lot of those games are a little bit too much pause.
Right.
I just like that balance. And I think this has a fairly decent balance, but it is definitely dated. So it's up to you whether you want to check it out, but I wanted to bring it up. It's one of those games that I remember fondly, and it was like, let's review that, and then I play it, and it's like,
Why we review?
So we're being honest, and I'm telling you, it's
It was a good game if you happen to have it, or if you're like, I want to spend like $2 on a game at a thrift store.
I will say this: I definitely think it's a game that if they had a new generation of it, I think it would do really well.
Oh yeah, no,
like an arcade, like a Xbox Live or a PlayStation.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it would be awesome, and of course, Dead Nation kind of fills those trousers.
Yeah, and so does what is that? Ghostbusters Sanctum of Slime. That kind of is in the same vein almost.
And then there's plenty of games that do, but still, I think that this
I
had enough story, even though it didn't flesh it out totally in the game. I mean, obviously, it's based on a on a card game kind of thing, or a role playing game.
Right.
Anyway, okay, well, go check it out or don't.
Really up to you.
Yeah. Okay.
We like to let our audience decide.
That's it. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Oh!
First shot again. Next week, Irredeemable, the comic book. All right. Get to my notes here.
It is July 22nd. It is a Friday. And we are doing Hunter the Reckoning for Xbox.
Go for it.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know it was me. Welcome to another episode of Duel Review. It is Friday the 22nd, and we are doing Hunter the Reckoning for Xbox. Go ahead, RJ.
Let's do it again.
I kind of like the...
We can do it again.
Okay. But then you don't want to. And then kind of get right into it.
Yeah. Okay. Brains. He's got no brains. 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 Brains.